Hey YouTube, today we're looking at a new LEGO storage solution. Hey everyone and welcome back to my LEGO room. Today we're going to be looking at changing up my LEGO brick storage solution. Before we get into that though, do remember to hit that like button and hit subscribe for future LEGO episodes. I've done an episode before on my storage solution for my LEGO bricks itinerary, and you can see that episode by following the link in the top right. And I'll put all the things featured in this episode in the description below too. Like a lot of LEGO enthusiasts, I use IKEA Alex drawers, as you can see here, to sort my LEGO itinerary. You can see here one of the two cabinets that I use to store all of my bricks. I arrange my pieces by colour, and I use the LEGO base plate sticky tape here to give an indication of what colour is stored in what drawer. I like these tapes as you can cut them to size and I can change the pieces based on the colours in the drawers. So over time, as my collection evolves, I can change up the different drawers. If I open up a drawer, you can see how my parts are currently arranged. I use this drawer insert, again another IKEA purchase, but I've had to divide them up into smaller compartments by using some card strips. You can also see that the insert I've used doesn't fit neatly in this drawer, so there's lots of gaps and wasted space around the drawer. So I really want to try to do something to fix all of this wasted space and also remove the extra effort to have to separate the separate compartments even further into smaller areas by using card strips. The inserts I've used here are actually IKEA Kugis inserts, and they're fairly cheap, starting at £9. And on the website you can see that they're displayed even inside the Alex drawers like I have in the LEGO room. You can see here the measure of the drawers and the inserts, and they work quite well, but as I mentioned, I've had to add those extra dividers to make the smaller compartments, and it's not really optimising the space of the drawer that's available. So this led me to do a little research online about customising my storage solution even further. I did find a few potential options, including the Gridley storage system, but then I checked out Tiago Catarino's YouTube channel, which you can see here, which I'm subscribed to anyway. And like a lot of LEGO enthusiasts and YouTubers at the moment, he's recently purchased a 3D printer. Using this 3D printer, he's actually devised a new storage system which is customised specifically for LEGO bricks inside the Alex drawers. So with this video from him as guidance, I jumped over to the Bamboo's Lab website and picked myself up my own 3D printer and some filaments so I could follow him and print my storage compartments. So please meet my 3D printer 3D. Thankfully Tiago has made the designs that he created free of charge, and once you get the printer you can download the Bamboo printer app, as you can see on screen. Inside the app here you can search for his name, and then you can see all the 3D printed models that he's made available for free. I've printed a few of these, such as the LEGO scoop and the LEGO tray for when you're building, which I have used already on a few of my live streams, which you might have seen. Of his available prints, it's the first two at the bottom here for the Alex drawer inserts that I'm interested in. The Alex drawer cabinet actually comes in two different heights. The top three drawers are more shallow, with the lower three being deeper. So Tiago has actually customised different storage compartments based on the particular drawer that you'll be using. For each of the print collections, there are various trays, larger trays and smaller trays, and then within those you put smaller and larger inserts. You can customise these inserts and print different ones based on what you need for your LEGO collection. To print what you actually need, all you need to do is come into this app, select the particular print collection, and you can go in here into this base plate area and you can actually toggle on and off the particular parts of the print that you want the printer to print. So it makes it very easy to start to customise the inserts and only print what you actually need. You can also see from the print details how much filament is needed, and this is done by the weight of the filament that's being used. And you can also see how long the print itself will take. I found the time actually varies depending on your printer setup in terms of the nozzle that you're using and some other settings that you can set, but the time is a good indicator to see roughly how long it will take to print. The weight is also helpful to work out how much filament you need to order, as you can work out how much total weight all of the different colours are that you need, and then you can divide that by the reels that you need. The reels are actually sold in 1 kilo sizes, so you can divide the total weight by 1 kilogram. I'll go into detail about the cost and the time it actually took me later in this video, so stay tuned for that. For now though, let's do a speed up print of one of the smaller white inserts that I used, and in this print I actually use white ivory PLA matte filament for the insert itself. part of the video you can see the difference in heights of the standard trays. The tray for the shallow drawers is on the left and the deeper drawers are on the right. There are also smaller white trays with varying heights, as you can see here, and it's the same story of course for the heights of the inserts that go inside these trays. Once printed, you can see how the inserts look in different size trays. These are just the standard number of inserts I've printed here, but of course, as I said earlier, you can customize and print the inserts that suit your requirements for your storage. So with all of these trays now printed, let's see how many we need for one Alex cabinet. For each of the 3 shallow drawers, you'll need 4 standard trays, so in total you're going to need 12 trays. I also printed 12 lots of inserts to go inside each of those as well. And for each of the top drawers, you'll also need 2 of the smaller insert trays to maximise the storage. So as there's 2 for each, you'll need 6 white trays to complete the top 3 drawers. And with the same logic, you also need the same for the larger bottom 3 drawers, with 12 lots of grey trays and 6 larger white trays. The white trays are used as different sizes just to maximise the space so we have no leftover space inside. Given the dimensions of the insert, it couldn't quite work out that you got 3 equal size trays inside the drawers available. So let's break down roughly how long it will take you to print all of these drawers. For the shallow grey drawers, which you'll need 12 of, it will take you roughly 43.5 hours to print. For the white inserts in the shallow drawer, it will take about 27 hours to print. For the inserts on the grey drawers, it will take about 46 hours to print 12, so 1 for each, but of course you'll have to print some more based on your own collection needs. For the deeper drawers, you're looking at 50.5 hours for the grey drawers. For the white inserts, you'll need 33 hours, and for the inserts for the grey drawers, overall you'll need 54 hours. So that in total, for everything to be printed, will roughly take you for one cabinet about 254 hours of print time. But as I did mention, this will vary depending on your settings and your setup for your printer. In terms of the weight or number of reels you'll need, you're probably looking at around 12 to 13 kilos just for the standard inserts, as I've mentioned already. But you'll probably want to add a couple more rolls or kilos on top of that. You're probably looking at around 14 to 15 reels. I bought all my filaments from Bamboo Labs directly, and I used the PLA matte grey and ivory white to do the different colour drawers. And if you buy over a certain number, you get a discount, so it ends up in the UK costing you £13.99 a roll. So for you to be doing about 15 rolls in total, it's probably going to cost you around £209.85 in the UK to do one Alex set of cupboards. Of course, I've done 2, so it's probably been double the cost of that, although there are some offers available on Bamboo Labs, and you can probably get cheaper filament from other places as well if you shop around. So in total, it does cost quite a lot of money and a lot of time, but it is a custom storage solution, so you do have the ability and power to customise and print off based on what you actually need within your collection, and of course this can change over time. So you can always go back and reprint new inserts based on how your collection is changing over times. So I think you also get a fun element of doing the printing yourself. So even though it's quite a lot of money, it's kind of, I think, for my collection, not too bad. So now we've printed all of the different inserts and we've taken a look at how long it takes to build them. Let's actually take a look at the drawer. So now you can see a shot here of all the trays that have been fitted perfectly into the top drawer. You can see we have no more spare space around the edges, so it's right snug and right up to the edges of the drawers. And even though I haven't put any of the inserts in here, you can see that this is starting to look the part already. So now we've got all of the inserts in place, let's actually take time now to refill all of them based on my previous collection, and we'll start with the white coloured pieces. Here you can see the inserts now with all the white coloured bricks in, and you can see I've rearranged the compartments now based on my needs for my white pieces. You can see actually that my old insert took up all of the drawer in the way that it was designed in terms of the inserts and the spread of the bricks, but now that we have much more tightly compact inserts in place, I'm actually storing more bricks in less surface area, so it's actually giving me more room in each of my different drawers. So overall I'm really happy with the outcome of these prints and the way that I can now customise and reconfigure my storage system as it will evolve over time as my collection evolves. And I'd really suggest watching Tiago's video for more inspiration and insights into how we got to these designs and all the different measurements he done for the standard Lego bricks to get here. If you did find this video helpful, do hit that like button, and remember to hit subscribe to be notified about future content just like this one. And remember, you can also become a member for the channel if you like. But until next time, stay safe and I will see you then.